Hey folks, I got a quick video that was inspired by the Little Stuff YouTube channel subscriber asking questions about specific boats. I did a video on, hey, help me come up with video topics. One of the questions on there was, what's the better river boat? The Crescent Kayak's Shoalie or the Innovative Sportsman Osprey 1436? And the answer really lies in what kind of river. All rivers are not the same, and one way that you can classify rivers, and compare them, which type of river this boat's good for as opposed to that boat, is gradient. Gradient is the number of feet that a river drops over a mile. So in this case, the Susquehanna River, we're in a place where we have a fairly steep gradient immediately below us. We got a Class 3 rapid that we're going to get into a little bit later today and fish that. That's a higher gradient section than the 6 miles that are above us going up towards, in the direction of Duncannon. So in the higher gradient rivers and sections where really there's more whitewater, the Crescent Kayak's Shoalie, with its shorter base, is a more maneuverable kayak. Not that the Osprey 1436 isn't maneuverable. For a big boat like that, it's very maneuverable for its length because it's an inflatable. It sits higher. But in whitewater, a shorter, more compact platform is really ideal. I just heard a fish jump.
Me too.
Huh?
Me too.
Yeah,
I saw it.
We got to hurry up this video and go fish. So the Crescent Kayak Shoalie, if you're fishing rivers that have higher gradient, more whitewater, for sure the Shoalie is that tighter, more condensed, more whitewater driven, whitewater designed boat. On the other hand, there's a lot of rivers out there that have lower gradient, and as is the case today here on the Susquehanna River, super low. Usually the water's like way up there where the trees are. It's very low today, and the Osprey and inflatables in general are shallow water specialists. Not just on rivers, but inshore. If you do speckled trout and redfish inshore, if you do tidal largemouth or snakehead, or even if you're down on Gunnersville and you have a lot of matted grass and you want to get over that, the fact that the Osprey 1436 really only drafts in about 2 1/4 inches, as opposed to, I think, the Shoalie, if I were to measure the mudline, is probably somewhere around that 6 or 7 inch mark. The shallow draft makes it great for summertime, super low clear conditions. And as such, it handles those low gradient, very low rivers better than a rotomolded boat. But also the fact that it is such a long, 14 foot, 36 inch wide platform, the bigger the footprint, the shallower you go. Now, because it doesn't sit deep, people look at it and think, oh, a 14-foot boat, that's too much for me. No, this boat, because it sits on the water more than down in it, is going to be something that's to your advantage with regard to maneuverability. Today I have my buddy Jake is going to be in this boat, and we're going to go down through what right now today is probably a Class 2 rapid. At higher flows it's closer to a 3, and I'm in the better boat. So only because the Shoalie is more maneuverable, the Osprey is just a bigger boat. And if we were only floating from Duncannon down to where we are right above Dauphin Narrows, he'd be in the better boat. So it's not, as simple as saying which is the better river boat. Different rivers in different sections of the country, and different gradients within certain rivers. So keep that in mind when you're trying to compare two river kayaks. How much gradient are you usually on? Or do you lean more towards the whitewater? The Shoalie's probably the better option. Do you lean more towards lower gradient sections where it gets low and clear, the Osprey 1436 is the better option.
Woohoo!